this for a way to start a Sunday? Good morning and happy Sunday, everybody. That's right. Or technically, I guess it's Saturday. My goodness, did I say Sunday? Well, I want it to be Sunday. Tomorrow's a good day. Got stuff going on. I'm very excited about. Today, it is already 100 o'clock. It's that hot outside. We got lots of stories throughout, that showed up this weekend. Lots of things happening on a Friday. Take out the trash was definitely in full effect. Sounds like Maddow's time is limited once the Versant change has occurred. We aren't going to get into that. We will get into that on Monday, probably. What else is happening? Marvel's looking for relevance. I think you probably all knew that already. But hey, it's good to see you all. Let's say hi to you and all the generosity. I cannot believe how generous you all are. We have five gifties times 3. That's 15. You guys are going for broke. What a great way to start the month. Let's get to those quickly, and then we will get cooking. The Weatherman dropped 5 Culture Casino gifties. Not quite there yet. My friends, I was working outside. Haven't done a lot of talking. This is like the first real talking I've done today. Yeah, grumbling hello, waving at the coffee pot. That is not talking. But it is something. And thank you very much for that. Weatherman, you're incredibly generous. And I played that clip just for you. You got the countdown in full. We got Walter Tomaszewski out there for 5 Culture Casino cash saying, CC, I heard you visited WDW with Marvin and Nolan and went by Tiana Bay Adventure and got stuck in T-pose. Well, she seems to. They had to power cycle you back into functionality. Oh, man. That ride would send anybody into T-pose. Let's be fair. If you're unfamiliar with T-pose is a reset position or the beginning position for most animated characters. If you've ever seen a video game and the characters are walking around all stiff like this or like the shape of a T, that's T-pose. Lots of broken games came that way, like Fallout 76. Occasionally, you'd have some weirdness with Cyberpunk 2077, but a lot of games, when not functioning properly or not loading the proper assets and AI and dialogue, you would end up with weird stuff. But yeah, it happens with animatronics as well. They all have a reset default position, and what is sometimes referred to as a safety position, and that is because they will tear themselves apart. In fact, that may be some of the many issues that are wrong with the AI, or excuse me, not AI figures, but the animatronic figures that are in many of the modern Disney rides. They just don't know how to program properly or don't understand the tolerance associated. And because they're no longer physically managed, they're managed by electrical stepper motors without linear and the ability to have compliance. So again, you don't tear yourself apart. You don't have that gentle rock and sway that you see in a lot of the modern animatronics. After the last Sarkos figure, I think that was basically it. Maybe AA2 was still compliant, but now they just break and they're terrible. But anyway, thank you for that, Walter. That's a great thing. Give me a chance to explain some of the weird stuff Disney's dealing with. We got Tia Puente. How did I do that? Tia Puente. No. It's Tony Piacente. Oh, there's something wrong with my brain this morning. But I will say thank you to Tony Piacente for 5 more Culture Casino memberships. Probably going to take those back now. Break my heart. I'm so broken. Great to see you out there. And of course, the amazingly generous regular Tender Warrior 68. Amazing. For how long you've done this is so remarkable, my friend. It's beyond compare. And thank you for your continued support. And of course, the greatest Saturday gifter of all times. That's right. It's still Jillian H. I cannot speak today. I don't know. Am I having a stroke? Yes, I am. Hang on. 5 CultureCasino memberships. Thank you for those. All right, folks. We've got Jan Monroe out there just becoming a member. Wow. And our good friend, Pilgrim Media. Hail Culture. Happy Saturday indeed. Whoo, friends. Let me tell you, it's a struggle this morning. It is a struggle. Oh, goodness. It's great to see you all out there. We got lots of folks on the grumbling side. Gollum over there. Vic. Who else? Dr. Powers. Weatherman. Great to see you all. All right. Let's get to everybody else and let's get started because we have limited time. We have a member stream in about 45 minutes. If you are a channel member of any stripe, you are welcome at that stream. I hope you join us. I will send everything out to join as we are running over there. You guys are the best. Weatherman dropped a $2 Rumble rant. Thank you for the love, Culture, giving us a Hobo Gandalf intro, showing off his full bad self. Indeed. And that beard will be coming back for Christmas, kids. That's right. I don't have to shave again until after Christmas. So there you go. Hey, Doba Fett. Good to see you. The lovely Penny. Cyber Weird Jazzland. That's right, Snakes. That's right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Battle Bunny, everybody out there. I appreciate each and every one of you. Nothing compares to you. I have the best chat and wrenches on the planet, on any platform, on all platforms where I am, which seems to be almost everywhere now. Carl Singh, good to see you. Thank you, Jan, for joining up. You guys are the best. Georgia Peach, look at y'all. Spirian, what's up, buddy? Gollum, of course. Look at these great humans. Oh, we are so blessed. Thank you, Jillian. You are wonderful. Wonderful. Go Jirasta. Hillis Mallory, Pilgrim Media. Happy Saturday to you, my friend. Hail Culture, happy Saturday. That's right. Judicon, what's going on, Judicon? Good to see you, buddy. Yep. Me and my monkey and the Canadian Randall Orzer. We can't see your hands, Culture. So what kind of stroke are you talking about? Well, my brain was melting down. You didn't hear that? Getting all muddled. Speaking of getting all muddled, let's get right to the stories, folks, so we don't muddle along anymore. Let's start first with 50 Cent. Why? Well, let me tell you. He's not a fan of the Diddy. 50 don't like Diddy at all. And got some happy news, at least for him. Let's take a look at it. We got 50 Cent gloating as Trump nixes pardon for half innocent. Diddy, for now. Anyway, that's kind of fun. Oh, wow. That's right. Donald Trump believes Sean Diddy Combs is half innocent of his trafficking trial, but there will be no presidential pardon right now for the much accused Grammy winner. Well, he's not just accused. The case was blundered by Comey's daughter. A lot of people suspect that was on purpose or on porpoise. And it wouldn't surprise anybody, considering she is overseeing a lot of her dad's friends and the politically powerful's friends' trials, and gotten select sentences to make it rougher or easier on them. So, yeah, she's a scumbag. He's a scumbag. They're both scumbag. Yeah, in my opinion. But yeah, and just 2 days after Deadline exclusively reported that Trump was seriously considering such a pardon, and the White House played its cards close to the vest. Um, it's vest, not chest. Friday, no pardon stance makes Disney foe 50 Cent very happy indeed because he does not like the diddler. Can you believe he thought he was getting pardoned? The Power franchise EP and pro Trump rapper posted on social media. You know, the fact that Deadline, everything PMC is so politically compromised, you almost gloss over the fact that the descriptive there is the pro Trump rapper. That's how all of the media is now gone, to very divisive terms when even reporting on factual information. And while that is a factual statement, maybe, um, is that the way you should report this piece of news? No. They had an adversarial relationship for a very long period of time. Let's be honest and fair, okay? Yeah. Look at that. That's an AI image, by the way, folks, in case you were curious. Not mine, of course. It's in the article. This is Deadlines. If you want to get somebody, YouTube, go get them. I won't mind. Yes, Trump being Trump, it could all change on a dime, maybe. Sticking it to federal prosecutors, sweeping case, the 8 men and 4 women jury just found Combs guilty of lesser charges. Well, that's because you had a terrible prosecutor and you put it in the wrong location. You put it in one of the most corrupt locations on the planet. So you were always going to get a compromised outcome, and that needs to change. Anyway, thought we'd have fun with that one. And we did. All right. We've got more out there. I want to say thanks to those of you who are being so very generous this morning. I cannot believe how high on the mountain we are today. We had another gifty from our great friend, Angela Richter, here with her beautiful kitty cat. Oh, man, I love her images. They're so great. Look at all these wonderful people. Kenny Long is now a member. Look at all these people. Nicole Williams is here, said, old Puffy needs to be in prison for a long time. I'm with you. I'm with you. If the government can find anything else to go after him on in the future, I don't think they're going to hesitate. They also are not going to put a compromised person in that position again. That was just foul. As Saunders says, Congo. That's right. Technically, that's Frank Marshall, but yeah. Good to see you, Nicole. Thanks for being here. Magnify. Mass amounts of coffee. Dude. Yeah, I haven't had enough because I was out doing vehicle maintenance this morning, which is why I know it's hot o'clock outside. Yeah. All images of real people should be against the terms of service. You should not be able to create pictures that make people look like they're guilty of crimes just because you don't like them. I agree with you. I really do. Even if, well, I don't know. Sometimes some of the pictures are funny. And if they're done in jest and they're quite obviously farcical, I don't think there's a problem. But I do like the overall sentiment and agree with it for sure. Hey, Juliet's joining us from across the pond. Good to see you, dear. I saw Timmy Hayes. That's not a kitty cat. That's a tiger. It's a big kitty. Big kitty. Hillis Mallory for 5. Culture Casino Cashola says, can't believe you didn't show any show my dance monkey dance post. What? Did I get it? I don't know. Dance monkey dance. I don't know. Let me look. It's quite possible I didn't see it. I actually might do my next dance to that song. All she wants to do is dance, 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 dance. It's like all like happy. It was I think it was in one of the Illumination films. I'm trying to find this post. What is happening right now? I'm scrolling through the memes, guys. I'm trying to find this. I'll have to try to do it later. Tugs' dog turned 1 today, and he's so cute. You can see him in the background of one of the upcoming, I think it's Monday's Campione Reacts. So cute. Doug is very cute. But we got to move on. We don't have a lot of time today. I want to say thank you to Hillis for this. I'll have to look for this, Hillis. I will. But we do have to move on because we have a shortened window today, only about 40 minutes or so left before we have to go to the member stream. If you are a member of any stripe, any flavor, you are more than welcome to join us today. I can only host about 10 people on camera on the screen at a time. But if you want to hang out in the audience and just shoot the breeze, that's basically what these streams are all about. They're about you. So you kind of lead the conversation. I just kind of play moderator. Of course, you got to be on your best behavior. No silly things. Can't say silly things. And you don't have to be on mic if you're going to be on screen, but you don't have to be on camera if you're going to be on screen. You don't, but you probably want to be on mic, and you always want to be wearing headphones. Why? So you don't get echo forever. So there's that. Mark Daly in the house. What's up, buddy? You got TZ Burton. Yeah, I'm having bad reactions to AI too. And I don't want to be in a position where you can be easily fooled, but I don't think we're going to be able to prevent it. The world's trying to censor us like crazy now and give us false narratives everywhere. In fact, we've been living under delusions since I was born about the planet situation because everything they told me that was going to happen never got anywhere close to it. So I've been lied to my whole life by people who are trying to control us through those kinds of shenanigans, let's say. All right, we got to get cooking though. All right, I got to remember that. I got to stop talking, culture. Stop talking. Start covering news like this. Let's talk about the fact that goodbye, Carrie Bradshaw. Yeah, nobody cares. Look, a lot of ladies love this show. Originally, Sex in the City, and the follow up, just like that. I don't know why. It's always incredibly toxic and unrealistic, and living in a weird fantasy. But then it just got mean. And just like that, started mean and just kept going. And you know what? Tells me what kind of person this horse face loach actually is. If you don't know what that is, look it up in a encyclopedia or something. It'll give you a visual representation. But you know what? Her and her husband deserve each other. I think Broderick is not great. Yep. So it's gone, coming to an end. Current third season is it. The last showrunner, writer, director Michael Patrick King revealed in a statement on social media yesterday. All done. I was right in the last episode of, and just like that, it became clear to me this might be a wonderful place to stop. So they all kind of pulled the plug together, including Casey Bloys, who is the reason it's on the air on HBO. I think Casey's seeing the writing on the wall. Toxic women aren't going to be the way of the future. And so this will be gone. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this lady disappearing forever. I'm okay with that. Horse face loach. Regardless, this show just got more and more hateful. I don't know if there are any fans out there, and you probably would like to chime in, maybe agree, disagree. If you ever found any interest in this show, I'd like to know that. If you guys want to drop that in the chat. If you're watching on the replay, first of all, hashtag replay gang, goodness, down in the comments section below, along with your opinion of Sex in the City. It's pretty wild. Hey, Sergeant Garatina is in the house. Good to see you. Zen Wookie 1270. Good morning to you. Lots of folks popping in. Aw, thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. Hey, Tom, I am going to give you the information. I'm just taking care of a couple of flights for some different stuff right now, and we'll have that hammered out for you. So Monday, if I don't get you tomorrow, I'll get you on Monday with what. Just in case any of you are curious, I will be traveling the end of the month of August through the beginning, maybe 4 or 5 days of September. So there will be a lot of culture on the road videos and live streams, just so you know. If you happen to be in some of the areas I'm going to be in, you're more than welcome to meet up with me. So if I'm going to be in an area longer than 5 or 6 hours, I'll let you know. But there's that. Is Mark's in the house? Woohoo! So is Mark Daly. Look at this. We got all the M words are here. Well, it needs to be. There is nothing else to say. Yeah, I think that's true, Nicole. I think there's not much left to say in this show. I never got it, never understood it, never. Calling Carrie Bradshaw a lady is using the term loosely. Yeah, I mean this show, like most rom-coms and or drama romance films, are all about infidelity. All right. Struggling with infidelity, trying to stay faithful. That should not be anybody's fantasy, male or female. Just wild stuff. There's way too much hate in the world today. I agree with you. I agree. And that's the other problem with shows like this that peddle that. It's one of the reasons why I think sitcoms fall apart on television. Like, it's one of the reasons why I got put off by Big Bang Theory, How I Met Your Mother towards the end, just anything like that, anything that's akin to and or directly related to Big Bang Theory. Like, let's see, the precursor to that was Two and a Half Men, stuff like that. They eventually they run out of things to write about, so then they just get mean to each other, and the characters get mean to each other, and that's a problem. Doesn't work. It's one of the boss's pet peeves. Theliato in the house. Penny saying hello. And look at all these great humans. I'm loving it. That's right. The live chat team. Hashtag Indeed Battle Bunny. Matt G. Okay, that's a little rough. She's just not a nice person. Her characters, again, she identifies with her character. So what does that tell you about her? I don't know. Nobody really likes her much. I'm seeing the chat reflect this, so I'm not the only one. Hey, Commander Ed Straker of Shadow is here. Oh my goodness, more generosity from one of the longtime supporters and good friends, Scott Westbrook, one of the very talented photographers that we have in our audience. Thank you, Scott, for the 5 Culture Casino memberships. Look at that. Look at all those names go green. Hey, Marks. Let's see. Where are you going to be around Labor Day weekend? You need to check out a Dragon Con someday. Well, I will. I love Atlanta. Well, I mean, parts of Atlanta. Some areas of Atlanta a little rough. But I know lots of people in that in that area. Many people who work in the entertainment industry, surprisingly, not surprisingly. But no, I wouldn't be averse to trying to jet through Atlanta, except I don't think it's directly in the roadway I'm going to be on. Let me think. Most of my route from West Coast to East Coast is along the 10. So I think I'm staying almost entirely on the 10. But I will be going up the coast, up the East Coast to South Carolina, and North Carolina, and maybe a couple other places. And then I'll be coming back across the middle of the country most of the way until about Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains. But yeah, so there's that. Just FYI. So I will give you a more detailed route when I'm doing it. So that'll be fun. Bree M got a membership. Congratulations and a welcome. Tony Birch was a gifty recipient. And the lovely Maria with T and Telly. What a great channel. What a great lady. Thank you, Scott Westbrook, very much. Nicole says, I don't have Max Plus streaming channel, so I didn't get into it. I used to like Sex and the City when it first came out, though. Yeah, and that's how a lot of people were. And again, I think this is indicative of what happens with most shows. Writers run out of ideas, and or during the course of something happens, and they change their writing style. They try to flesh out their characters and line them more up with themselves. It's usually not good. War Dog Apollo. How did this awful show get 3 seasons? Apollo, I do not know. Kevin Apollo right there, folks. You can find him on X, War Dog Apollo. In fact, that's from X. That's how it works over here. We get 3 or 4 different platforms simultaneously in the chat. War Dog Apollo, you should be watching. The Lauren and Apollo show was last night. It is Tuesdays and Fridays, if I remember correctly. Is that right? And it's the late night show. If you're looking for a replacement for late night television, this is going to be your place. Of course, that show is on the WDW Pro channel. And I will say this, I was supposed to be there last night, but my migraine found me, as Weatherman well knows. When one of those hits, I fight like heck to try to not have it, but I did not escape it last night. Not much this morning either, too. Georgia Peach says, yep, Big Bang Theory did get mean. Yeah, it also got nonsensical. And then it creates, this is the final death throes of a sitcom. The characters become caricatures of themselves. And at that point, all hope is lost. So keep scrolling. Hey, I saw somebody. BJ McCready! Marvel begins entering as DC cratering. Excuse me. Come on, silly read. As DC starts a good 3-movie run. That's true. That's actually happening. You know what? We should get to that story. Like, what Marvel is searching right now for an identity, which is the whole point of today's show. I wanted to talk about the fact during our last half hour together that they're trying to keep around the people that can fit within their political frame and will be malleable in order to accept being replaced by a lesser character, a derivative of terrible distinction in nature, like Miles Morales. But let's talk about this. First of all, Tom Holland's been talking about the film that he's in that just started production. Right now it's in Glasgow. And at the same time, he's being asked about a speculation about himself, another character that he could play, despite the fact that he's a midget. You guys don't know what I'm talking about? We would have super midget James Bond. Did you guys want super midget James Bond? Yeah, he's playing coy. He doesn't need to play coy. And no, only a maroon or moron, either way, would hire him for this role. A casting director would have to be out of their mind, especially since if you start down this path, unless you're George Lazenby, you're in there for at least 3 films. You're signing up for a period of time. Had Broccoli and Lazenby not had a falling out, you would have had George Lazenby for 3 films. First of all, he was a great actor. Second, he was the only Bond that was physically capable of doing all of the stunt things. He was very light on his feet, and he was built like a stuntman. So this guy, no chance. Understand that Zendaya actually has to not wear heels in order to not just completely dwarf this dude. In fact, if you see some of the stunts that were done in the last film, in order to not bang her legs, she had to lift her legs up for stunts with this guy. So when you look at this would be a terrible call. He's good for, Spider Boy, because I swear this kid is permanently 17, 18 years old max. No Way Home was a good movie, but take him out of that. What's he gonna play? It's not gonna be Bond. Goodness no. Anyway, so if there's any truth to rumors that Holland is in the running to play James Bond, he's keeping it top secret for now. And this is a guy that has no ability to hide anything. For being an actor, he's a terrible liar. So there's no way he's doing this. At least he admitted to keep it at a minimum for now. And he said so on Gordon Ramsay's YouTube. And he said, we'll get there one day. Goodness, no. Goodness, no. I don't think this guy has much of an identity outside of Spider-Man. If memory serves, wasn't he in a terrible recreation of the Uncharted video game? Or am I thinking of a different actor? That was terribly miscast. And that's because they waited too long to make it, because they had the right guy in the wrong role in that movie. Hey, Christian fandom geek in the house. Great to see you, my friend. Oh my. I got to read this from Nicole. Oh my. Please don't have him play James Bond. Good grief. I think Tony, I think Cavill would have been my first pick. He'll be approaching the first tenure of the best Bond period of time. So I would love for him to do it. I don't know that he's going to have time. I think between Highlander and everything else, he's going to have no time. Lots of stuff moving forward on those fronts. So at least that's good news. L. Bird says maybe there should be a cap on the length of shows. Ooh, this is a good idea. I love SPN, but they should have stuck to the 5-season plan. Yeah. A lot of people are saying that Stranger Things ran its course a little too long, too. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I understand the sentiment. So, yeah. Chance admitting, I haven't watched a sitcom in more than a decade. Oh, I understand. I get it. And a lot of people are really tuned into, what do they call it? Live TV events, sports, stuff like that. Reality television events. Commander Ed Stricker's like, no. Okay, I'm with you. Amazon wants a Bond for modern audiences. Well, then they don't have Bond. Current shortlist is Timothy Shamalama Ding Dong, Cynthia Erivo and Dylan Mulvaney. Put the leader in their clubhouses. Should he got one? Oh no. No, thank you. No, thank you. Hey, KN Kareen. Good to see you, dear. Theo James will be the best Bond now. Cavill has aged out. You think so? Hmm. I'm just thinking of some of the previous Bonds and when they entered, when they entered the conversation, and then some people had two bites at the apple. I don't know, but I will agree with you that Theo James would be one of the perfect candidates. Are they actually considering him? I mean, he has the look, he has the charisma, he has the height, he has the build, he's got a pedigree. Is he still in White Lotus? I mean, that could work. That's a good idea, Curry, to be fair. Hey, Keely Chow. The only way I will watch TBS is if the Braves make the postseason in an odd year. 2021 was a magical year for the Braves. Well, there you go. Yeah, roll tide, brother. Roll tide. Most shows go downhill after seasons 5, 6. I think that's true. And that may be what the allergy is for Netflix to go beyond 5 seasons, to be fair. Just take a look at how long they have their things last. Not long. Yep, he's British. Yeah. But he's good looking. Ladies like him. And to me, it's a requirement. You have to be from the UK. One of the Isles, one of Great Britain, you have to be in that area. Because that's the very definition of the character. So there's that. Just like Anna. Tom Holland is a hobbit. He's a little guy. He is British, though. Terrible taste in ladies. I don't know. Look, personally, Zendaya may be a very nice person. Maybe she's a wonderful fashion model. She is not a good actress. That's going to get me in trouble, but it's the truth. Pedro Gollum, please now. From the Green Machine. I wouldn't be surprised if Pedro was Bond. There you go. No thank you. Heavy no thank you on that. All right. But see, that's not the only place where they've been losing their identity at Marvel. In fact, I don't think they know what they are or what they are supposed to be. I mean, they probably understand what they were and what they should have stuck with, but I don't think they have a way to get back there. And I don't care that all the recasting will happen after this doomsday bologna sausage that everybody here is out on for the most part. Weatherman's on fire in the Green Machine. Holy cow. All right. Let's see. Let's keep it rolling. Speaking of rolling, I don't see rolling in here. All right. So let's do this. So I wasn't kidding. They have an identity crisis at Marvel, and the fact that they're still considering going back to this guy over on the Sony side is ridiculous. This reeks of somebody stupid at Sony or somebody at Marvel trying to insert the worst possible candidate for a character in a kind of a reboot of Spider-Man. Although this really isn't. I have no positive thoughts on this Spider-Man movie. I just hope it's good. I don't think it's going to be bad. I don't think it's going to be good. I don't even care now. The fact that they're looking at other people like this guy to be in it means they've lost their marbles. So Mark Ruffalo, for those of you that are listening, not watching, He's circling a Hulk return in Spider-Man Brand New Day, currently in production in Glasgow as we speak. So yeah, Hulk may smash his way onto the set of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Look, it's not like they haven't done team ups before. It's just like, hey, we're supposed to be in a different world. And I don't even know that we're in the same timeline, to be fair. But it looks like Ruffalo is looking at an appearance or an opportunity to appear again, directed by Destin Daniel Cretton. This guy is going to fall out of favor fast. This is a guy who got an awful lot of credit for something he didn't deserve. And maybe he won't be one of the 4 directors they cast for new Marvel projects forever and ever. Right now he's in 2 that I know of. But Brand New Day will see the return of, and this is bad news for us kids, Zendaya and Jacob Batalon. And you're supposed to get John Barenthal's Punisher as well. I'm going to tell you right now, going back to the past like this, Marvel, you're terrible at it. Trying to make unlikable people liked again, you've shown you can't. And then working with people are going to blow your projects completely to pieces. Yeah, that is an issue as well. Right? I mean, how'd Snow White go? No bueno. I don't know. I'm still bummed that they refused to write a good script for Mashallah Ali, because I think that despite there really is only one Blade, he would have been a decent Bladed, unless they tried to force his daughter into the number 1 slot, which was the whole problem with every version of that skit, because it ain't a movie. Anyway, and finally, because we want to talk a little Marvel, we have to talk a little box office. Marvel is still behind Superman. Completely. If we look at yesterday's box office, you can see it clear as day. And before we do that, we have to get to our friend Hillis Mallory. I just hope an actual redhead plays Mary Jane. If they ever get to one, that would be great. Because faux Mary Jane, MJ, not a good character. Sorry. And here, I'm going to say one more nice thing about Zendaya. She's a very pretty girl. She is just not the actress that they try to cram in there. Regardless, we only have 10 minutes left. I need to get this done. So let's take a look at these numbers. And thank you for this, Ellis Mallory. Much appreciated, my friend. Here we are. Fantastic Four. Well over $200 million in budget. Don't believe these 2 numbers from either of these studios. They're both incredibly wrong. But the numbers that are right, or at least based on the estimates for yesterday, are the Friday to Friday comparisons for the second Friday. 11.7 million, 16.5. This is headed the wrong way fast, folks. And I wanted to do this on this film this time because it proves the point that I've been saying for a long time, which is you are constantly going downhill. And while prices are going up on theater tickets, butts and seats are going down. There's no argument there. If prices go up, but your totals go down, fewer people are interested. They're more interested in Superman because at the end of the second Friday, you're sitting at 170 million for the second Friday, and you're looking at 194 for the second Friday for Superman. I'm telling you, this is not something that a studio wants to see. And look, everybody can look at the failures of Marvel overall since after Endgame, outside of the things that truly weren't within Marvel's control, like Spider-Man. The last little bit of creativity that Gunn was allowed to lend to a underperforming Guardians of the Galaxy, and a Ryan Reynolds production of Deadpool and Wolverine. Sorry. That's just the way it was. Also, the way it was is that the performance curve or arc that comes along from the numbers every time you look at something that they are measuring tells the same story. This thing rides on the bottom. You see this little area here that's shaded in is always riding the bottom of that shaded in area. Why? Because it's setting the bottom of the curve. And they want to pretend that it's still within the expectation, which should have been much, much higher. The movie isn't doing well, and it's out of time because after this weekend, many of the schools will be open in the United States, which means you're only going to get weekends. And this is going to be a dead fish at 170 million domestic. We won't get this international figure till after the weekend, so I'm not even going to pretend. But if you look at the worldwide box office, which again is going to be obviously much higher after this weekend, this top number should terrify them. Terrify them. Because it's already behind Superman. And the international box office was lower than they told everybody it was, including investors. They said it was over 100 million. It was not. And the numbers is, I believe at this point, purposefully not updating their international numbers in a timely manner because they don't want to embarrass Disney. It's the only reason that I can see why on any Disney film, they're that far behind. So reason. Anyway. All right, let's wrap up some of the final comments here so we can get to the member stream. And you know what, Uncle Remus, you are correct. The bad news just continues for superhero movies this year. The good news is there are no more superhero movies this year. That's actually true. There's a terrible television series coming out here, I think, before the end of the year on Disney Minus, but I don't think anybody even knows. Twisted Reality. We're talking about Ruffalo, I imagine. His TDS will be used to make him angry and turn into World Breaker Hulk. I don't know. Be interesting. Running with Scissors is here. I didn't even see him. Good to see you. Gollum says, what? No home in the name? That's a switch. Well, I mean, they just start to get dumb. And you know what? I can't believe they returned to this garbage, Gollum. I really can't. Let's see. Juliet says 3 films being made in Glasgow at the moment. Then Avengers, Spider-Man, and Spider-Man 2. I have to tell you, I'm very much a fan of like location shooting. I think it gives a lot more authenticity to everything. Just an opinion. All right. Trying to play catch up. If I missed your comment, it wasn't on purpose. It's that we need to wrap. So, hey, Brian and Cindy are here. Been watching, but forgot to mark watching. No worries. I'm grateful that you're here, my friend. David says on the numbers page, what does it mean when it says plus 56, then next says minus 80? Well, it's just a spike in overall viewership on a given day compared to a previous day. That's all it is. Nothing keen. Unless you're comparing day to day across the board. But for example, like you can have like a terrible Monday, but on movie Tuesday or movie Wednesday, which is usually a pickup because you have discounted prices. That's all that means. So it's not really. I don't worry too much about that. I look at what's falling off from week to week, and that's the way most of us look at it because those are really the numbers that tell the tale. By the time we get to week 3, if it drops over, well, like it dropped over 60%, or it will after this weekend, that's when we'll actually have enough information to do a deep comparison and see what the trend line actually is, because this part of the business is all about trends, and Disney is not having good ones. So, all right, folks. Well, I need to get a couple of minutes before we start the next stream. I will say I appreciate all of the support, the amazing gifties everywhere. You are all incredible, using a little not French, but pretending it is French. We have an amazing show coming up for members. We will be letting everybody that's a member in on that one. And otherwise, I'm going to be sending you to the Salty Nerd podcast, which will be about an hour away. You can check out my friends over there. They have almost always an incredible show, and you can hang out with them. So as soon as we're done here, you can head over there. Otherwise, if you're a member, head straight over to the member stream, and I will start that up in just a moment. So as always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya. For real.
Oh, the culture had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm we had a cock, E-I-E-I-O. With a cock here and a cock there. Here a cock, there a cock, everywhere a cock. Old McCulture had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when inside of me, blood so violently, thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes my dynasty.